Hey guys, welcome to geometry. Cool thing is that we are on section 2. So 2 point, I guess we could just say lesson 2, section 2. Okay, let's say section 2, which is super cool because geometry is all about the study of shapes, right? Section 2. So, I want to get into some mathematical terms. So, if we try to talk math, there's this thing called and in math, right? And this and isn't spelled out because you know math. Math, we don't spell out words. So what we do is we make a little variable. Now you guys know we talked about variables, right? In the beginning, in the way beginning, variables are nicknames. So in all of mathematics, all the mathematicians came together and we all agreed that and would be this, right? It's kind of like this N. This is and. It kind of makes sense, right? And then all the mathematicians came together and said, well, if there's an and, we should make an or, just like English, right? It should go together. They're trying the best, guys. They're trying to be the best to be creative, okay? So they said and is N, or is the opposite, right? They didn't do too much, but they just said, let's flip it and let's make that or, okay? So and or. Very important. And so we're talking about variables, we're talking about geometry variables, we're talking about how everybody agrees that these two things mean these two things, right? All the mathematicians agree. But nobody exactly agrees on what this will be if. Nobody exactly knows. And then if and only if. The cool thing about geometry is that you get to prove things. You know, back in mathematical history, that was the biggest thing ever. That's why everyone went into mathematics. We want to prove that life is life. So that's what they did. But we can't figure out what this will be. So what I want you guys to do is homework. Let me put this in a different color. Homework, I want you to figure out a variable for this. Homework, find unique, your own, right? Please don't steal it off the internet. Your own unique, you can't steal mine either because I'm going to make some too. Unique variable for this, I guess these. Okay, cool. So that's what I want you guys to do for homework. Those online, go ahead and put it in the discussion on Google Classroom. Those in person, write it down on paper and put it on my desk. Preferably inside that steel little bracket box that holds all the grid paper. Put it in there. All right, and I'll grade it when I come back. It's gonna take a few minutes, but yeah. So what I'm gonna use is this, right? This will be my if. I feel like that's pretty given, right? That's gonna be mine. Don't steal it. It's gonna be mine. Sorry if I took your idea, huh? And this is going to also be mine. So that's what I'm gonna use. So you guys know what I mean. Ooh, this is a big eraser. So you guys know what I mean when I write these things, okay? So I want you to make up your own. Don't steal my idea. Be creative and write it down so I know when you guys write out your theorems to start proving mathematical things, I know what it is, okay? So that's homework. Cool. And I want to further elaborate on something. I'm just correcting my drawings here. I want you to know that and, which is this mathematical formula here, right? I mean, that's this mathematical variable, and, because we're not going to just spell out all of math, right? I mean, some math books would be pretty thick. I want to give you the long version, right? And all means conjunction. So when someone says, hey, give me the conjunction of this and that, you're like, oh, they just want the and. And this is going to help you out in English. So you're welcome. All right, let me see if I can copy this color. I can. Okay, and this means this. I'm making sure I spell this right. Disjunction. Right, and we're going to go over some examples in a second, so don't worry. And we're going to be all good. Okay, I need to write this equal sign. All right, so This is very important. Don't forget your homework and don't forget these meanings. Wow, how did I write that? You guys know what that is, right? Yeah? Yeah, just gotta make it a little easier. There we go. It's an N, all right? Okay, cool. So let's get to the examples. So there's this thing about conjunction that's really cool, is that, have you ever seen a Venn diagram before? Yes, you have. It's these two circles, right? You guys know about circles. What's the area of a circle? Area equals pi r squared, right? Circumference equals 2 pi r, right? Yeah. So the cool thing about circles is that when they come together, right, they're kind of like bubbles or blobs, and they kind of mix and mesh in between all this right here. Let me choose a color. This is called a conjunction, right? Maybe you're like, how is that a conjunction? Well, what if I said that, let me get my primary color here. Let me erase this. What if I said that this circle was 5? Let's just say, okay? This circle was 3. And if I said, I just want and. Oh, you know what? Let's color code this. Wait, hold up. Before I get ahead of myself, let's just color code this. Let's say this circle is a yellow circle, right? Or a brown circle, mustard, whatever this color is, right? And this circle is, I don't know, what do you want the circle to be? Green? All right. Yeah, this circle's a green circle. They're both very different, independent circles. Have nothing to do with each other. Just the fact that they're both circles, right? Well, the cool thing is that if we mesh them, right there, if we put them together, let's say they got married or something, right? Well, this is still an orange circle. Still orange, it didn't change. Its name is still Larry. I guess this one would be Bob and the other one would be Larry. I don't know. But this one's still itself, and this one, it's still itself too, right? But there's this middle section. I really thought this would blend better, but there's this middle section. Oh, I have an idea. Where both of their lives come together and make something beautiful, right? They're married. They're happy, so happy that we could share part of our lives together. Is that what people say when they're married? Yes. And then I'm just going to act like I'm mixing these colors. I think it turned into like a gross color. But you get the point, right? They mix together, and that is the example. Oh, man, I changed the colors. Okay. That is the example of an and, or of conjunction, right? This is conjunction. Or in mathematical terms, it is and. So that's its nickname, that's its variable. Now let's go to disjunction, right? Totally opposite of conjunction, right? It's the or part. And we're going to write this out and see if we can do the same exact thing, right? So we have two entirely different circles. I guess I would use the same colors again. Why not, you know? So here's one circle. And here's two circle, right? Totally different, independent, not married or anything, just chilling, right? Let's say that they do get married. They say, "Oh, let's get married." They said, "Okay, cool. Let's do that." So this one comes together and this one comes together, and they start sharing a part of their life, right? They said, "Let's share this part of our lives with each other," right? And these colors keep getting lighter every time I try to take them. So much for stealing. All right, so these two colors come together. And remember, this part is, let me get this nasty color over here. I guess it's not nasty. It's kind of like a forest bland green. All right. So, you know, this is the conjunction, right? This was the combining the and part of two circles, right? The married life, the parts that they share their lives together. But this, let me do this in a totally different color. I tried totally different color. This is the or, right? This is the part that's not included, right? This is the part that stays separate. That is the or. the disjunction, right? Totally opposite. So you take the conjunction, you say, well, what's the opposite of the conjunction? Everything that's not in the combining part. This is dis. This is dis. I don't know why these colors keep on getting lighter, but it's going to be okay. You can tell that they're related, right? And what's the symbol for or? Did you forget? I forgot to. There we go. Or. This is just the variable for it. Now you want to memorize these, okay? Memorize the fact that they're and an or. Hopefully it's going to be easier. You'll see me doing it more often. But these are important because all mathematics agree with this, okay? But I want you to figure out your own of these. Okay, so back to the lesson. So now that we know what conjunction is, we know what disjunction is, right? Now let's see if we can prove it. Let's see if we can find out what exactly conjunction looks like in the real world. So if I could write a sentence here, if I have enough space, I don't want to delete anything. If I have enough space, let's say that they said let, I don't know why they do that, but allow, let's say, there we go, let's do that. Let's say 5 is a whole number, right? Do you agree or do you disagree? Whole number. And, so there's that and symbol. I need that and color, right? Just like English, guys, just like English. And, so yes, you need to be okay at English to be okay at math, right? English and math go hand in hand. Don't worry, I'll help you out. I'll help you out. Let's say 5 is a whole number, right? And, I hope I'm choosing the right color here. Kind of can't see it. And 15, let's say 15 is a prime number. Agree or disagree? I ran out of space. Number. So what this has to do, what this has to be, is that, choose a color, there we go, is that if you agree with this, right? So I say, let's say 5 is a whole number. Well, I think I agree with that, so I'm going to say agree right here. Agree. 15 is a prime number. Do you agree or disagree? Well, let me write this in red. And I think you know why I'm choosing red. 15 is a prime number. I disagree. And every time you agree or disagree, I want you to prove it. Tell me why. I'm always asking you guys, tell me why. Please tell me why. So I agree that 5 is a whole number, right? 5 is a whole number. Because I know for a fact that whole numbers are 1, 2, -3, 0, right? All of these are whole numbers, right? Whole numbers. I disagree that whole numbers is a 0.5, 1/3, -1/3. I don't agree that any of these are whole numbers. So, because of this, I can say that I agree. Okay, now let's figure out what's going on over here. Am I choosing the right color? Okay. So, 15 is a prime number, so 15... I guess I should have done agree in green, but okay, I'll do that for next time. So I disagree that 15 is a prime number, right? Number, can I just do that? It's my little variable for numbers, okay? It's my variable. Just to let you know. So 15 prime number, right? I disagree with that because I believe that 15, if I do my prime number tree, you guys remember this, right? 5 and 3, right? 5, 10, 15. And these, let me change the color here, these are prime numbers because 5 times 1, right? That's the only thing that could equal 5. 5 times 2 doesn't equal 5. 5 times whatever whole number does not equal 5, right? 3 times 1 is still going to be 3. There's no way to get 3 other than 3 times 1, right? So, but if I do 15, well, there's multiple ways to get 15, right? 15 times 1, okay. And if this was the only thing, then we would say, oh, it's a prime number. But there's other ways, right? 3 times 5. equals 15. So because we have two ways, more than one way, right? But we have more than one way to get 15, it is not a prime number. So therefore, I disagree. And so when we say, okay, so does the first part and the second part make sense? What would you say? No. The first part, I guess I'm not writing in a good color. Green. Okay, the first part and the second part are not the same, right? I don't agree. So, because and is right here, right? This and is so important because they're saying, hey, my name is Kayana and Lewis, right? My name is, my age is 22, and I used to, I guess I'm a fresh college grad, right? So, and means both of them are correct, right? I'm saying two truths. I'm not lying, but this is lying. And so, and is not correct. So, we can totally disagree. We can say this whole thing is just not right. Try again, because and means that both are correct. I'm not sure if I correctly illustrated that, but let's do another one. I ran out of space, so guess what we're going to have to do? Gonna have to erase that. I'm so sad. No, not the erasing. I did so well on coloring. Okay. So let's do another one. Let's say that school is 8 hours a day. Or let's say school, try to make a true statement here. School has teachers, right? And what color do I need to put and in? This color right here. Okay, got the color. Stole the color. And what else should I say? That's something. School has teachers, and lunch is fun. Right? Okay. So let me put my green here because I told myself I would do green. So school has teachers. True or false? Well, I agree. Right? True. Some form of teachers, right? Lunch is fun. True or false? Now, maybe this is opinion, right? Maybe not everyone thinks lunch is fun, right? Could I put false? Could we have different answers on this? Yes, we can. But now let's prove it, right? So I said true and I said false, right? I think math is funner than lunch. Now, maybe you disagree with me. That's totally fine. What I want you to do is figure out why you disagree with me, right? I want you to write your reasons. Prove it to me. Prove it. So school has teachers. I would say so because, right, most schools have /pay for, I don't know, information / initial knowledge. I'm just trying to prove it, okay? Knowledge in which they teach students, all right? You get the point. Now, write on paper, if you guys have paper, or if you guys are my online students, write it in the comments below. Why you think lunch is fun? Is it true or is it false? Prove it to me, right? So why I think lunch is not fun, right? Because why? Because lunch is where you sit and eat, right? But math is where you work. Oh, I should put alone. Sit and eat alone, where you work as a team and think, right? That's why I love math and think. Okay, so write down why you think lunch is fun or lunch is not fun, right? Write that down. I want to see you prove it to me, all right? So, is this and statement, right? School has teachers and lunch is fun. Do you agree with all of it or do you agree with none of it? Because if you agree with none of it, then if you agree with only half of it, right? Then I have to cross it out. But if you said, right, let me go back here and let me erase this. That's a giant eraser. But if you said, oops, there's a whole lot of things going on. But if you said, no, I agree, lunch is fun. I agree, and maybe you proved to me why lunch is fun, right? Maybe you said, well, lunch is fun because I enjoy food, or because food is always better at lunch, or you get to eat with your friends, or however it is, right? Write down why you think lunch is fun, and if both of them agree, so let's read this. School has teachers, true or false? True. And lunch is fun, true or false? True. So, school has teachers and lunch is fun. Do you agree with the whole statement? Yes, you do. So, instead of crossing it out, we keep it. We say, great job. I like it. It looks good. I approve, right? Okay, so those are the two differences between conjunction, right? Let's do one more. Let me check my time. It is close to ending. Let's just do real quick. We'll do it in this section over here. I'm not trying to go over 30 minutes. We have like 5 minutes left. So I think you guys already know what or is going to be, but let's just do it real quick before I run out of time here. I'm trying to keep these lessons short. So disjunction, right? Can I just put a little example out here for you? If I said that cats are independent, is that how you spell it? Independent, and the color of or is pink, right? Gotta keep that color coding going on. Or dogs are loyal. In fact, let me change this to a more controversial topic, right? Cats are mean, dogs are loyal. Okay, which one do you like? So cats are mean or dogs are loyal. People ask you this all the time. Do you want soda or water? Which one do you choose? Hopefully water. And you choose whichever one you want because they're independent things, right? This part. I'm mixing colors. Can't do that. They're things that don't mix, right? As long as they're not mixing, then the statement works, right? That's what ors are supposed to do. So, cats are mean or dogs are loyal. Choose one. I want to say dogs are loyal. So, there we go. This statement, that's what I chose, looks good. There's no true or false about it. I guess I could say, cats are mean. All right, I agree. Dogs are loyal. In fact, I guess I should have not. There we go. Cats are mean. I agree. Dogs are loyal. Maybe I don't agree. But I get to choose one, and no matter what, one is false, right? No matter what, it's this thing that is false. If disjunction is false, neither of the disjunction is true. No matter what disjunction is denied, the conclusion will always be false, okay? So, in the case of reasoning, by denying a disjunction, if the disjunction is false, then the conclusion will also be false. It's just pick one, all right? I read off of the dictionary board thingy, what it actually means and stuff, but just pick one. I want you to see the difference between ors and ands, okay? We'll go over it more. I'll toss you guys some problems later, but go ahead and do this one. Write down which one you do. Lunch is fun or lunch is not fun. Write down your reasoning for that and choose one of these, okay? And let me know which one you choose eventually. For my in-person students, I'll get there eventually. All right, sounds good. Okay.